What are you starting to enjoy as you get older? Getting coffee. Plenty of us just get coffee, but to set her off work day to get coffee and bring laptop or book to just chill is great. I'm out of the house, I can be alone. I can bring a friend, family, or I can be alone, but with strangers around me, so it's a slight social recharge, but not overwhelming. It's really great when you find a mom and pop place that's the right amount of busy and you can also support locals. Fitness. I love running and training and beating my own times. Am I gonna win at any races anytime soon? No. But I love seeing personal records and lifting more and going harder at the gym. I even enjoy sweating so much I wreck my hairstyle, something I was deathly afraid of in college and my early 20s. When I get home and I'm a little tired and I just sit and the meditation falls on me naturally. And I realize it's been a little long since I've undressed from work. Slick, feel like Batman after a long night of crusading. I just sit and think like damn. Peace and solitude. Sitting in silence. Doing absolutely nothing and not having to feel guilty about it. Not having to entertain anyone, knowing how to say no to others, cleaning and finishing off with a freshly lit candle. As I get older, I find myself appreciating the simple pleasures of life more. Like spending quality time with loved ones, savoring a good book, or taking leisurely walks in nature. It's the little things that bring the most joy. Setting boundaries with people. I'm a recovering people pleaser, and it feels really good to put my needs first and be able to do it in a nice, mature way that commands respect from people. Took me a while, but I'm finally there. Early bedtime, hot coffee, putting on clothes as soon as they come out of the dryer. The relief feeling knowing all of my bills are paid on time. When they are a clean house and a full tank of gas. I'm only 21. Life's little victories. They didn't mean as much when I was younger. It could be something as simple as hitting all the green lights when I run to the store, or no line at the checkout, or an extra nugget in my order. Life, major depression and delusions for the last 23 years. Found the right combo of drugs. Instead of pain and misery, I'm able to have a good day. It's hard work sometimes, but anything is better than depression. My hometown used to have a bit of resentment towards my parents for moving to Florida, lol, but growing up I've realized how cute it is. We have one of the last few drive-in movie theaters here. Solo hobbies. I picked up photography and love that I can go out on my own, shoot, and edit back at home. When I was younger, I always wanted to do activities as a part of a group. Moved to a new state, and I am so enjoying the anonymity. It is so freeing purposely not making friends here. I have good ones back home, and I can visit them when I need to. Journaling and documenting my life has been fun to start doing. Instead of using social media, getting a pen and notebook out with some Polaroids to stick in it makes me happier. Time to think, reflect, learn, read, and really get deep into any subject that catches my mind. I don't need much more than that to make me a very happy camper. Going to bed a couple hours earlier and waking up earlier because I enjoy the time in bed waiting to fall asleep, and also how the day seems longer getting up earlier. Taking breaks during vacations, exploring. Used to hate when my parents would drag us back to the hotel midday to rest. Now, it's the best parts of the trip. Listening to less music and more tour podcasts. Not much new music I really like, and the stuff I loved in my youth. I've heard it a million times. Being left alone. I wish I had millions just so I could just sit and do nothing. I'd do something eventually, but that something would be done alone. Being retired, I have no job stress, no alarm clock. I really enjoy that my kids are grown. I guess I'm saying I like having less responsibilities. You know how we thought taking naps was boring when we were young. Now it's cozy to take that nap, or just to rest under a nice blanket and read. Lazy beach vacations where it's perfectly acceptable to sit by the pool, ocean, and read all day. Okay, after a morning walk. Oh, and aqua aerobics. I'm starting to enjoy learning. When I was younger than I am now, it was just boring, but I feel a sense of accomplishment when learning now. No one knowing anything about me. When I was younger, I just wanted to be noticed, and now I don't want anyone to know anything about me. The thought that all the pricks from high school are slowly failing in life because they thought music would take them places. I love it. Finally knowing what you like and surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Naps, having just a few beers, and in bed by 2100. Being able to do the things I want with the money I work for. Just got myself some grandstand tickets to go watch NASCAR this week. I'm so jaded by how much crap I endured that I've developed a kind of sadistic sense of humor. I don't feel bad about it. Cooking. My wife and I have daily conversations about what we want to cook that night and the upcoming weekend. I love it. Listening to stories online instead of reading them myself. It allows me to keep my mind occupied while I play games. Sitting down and reading lore. Also quiet. Sitting down and staring at the wall after I get home from a long day. Bird watching. You go from not knowing much to recognizing bird species by the way they fly. Pretty cool, I find. Seeing someone else's smile and gratitude after a small act of kindness. You really can't put a price on that. Being disconnected. I don't want anyone to be able to find me, and I want to step outside my life for a while. The ability to remove myself from any situation I don't want to be a part of, regardless of what people think. Golf. Investing, working on cars, and even smoking meats. I'm checking all the boxes for a middle-aged man. Time. To do nothing. To do something I want. To get shit done. Never enough time in the day, unfortunately. Days where I can just zone out and listen to a history podcast while deep cleaning or organizing a room. Solitude, peace, and quiet. A good book. A nice cup of coffee, snuggling up in bed at a reasonable hour, being wiser and having learned many lessons, seeing through people early, trusting my own opinions more. South Park. I understand some of the hate going to the show, but it's really good FR. Also sleeping in. Honestly, I still enjoy much of the same things I enjoy as a kid. Mac and cheese for dinner. Yeah, whole meal bread. It's like I hit 30 and my taste buds matured. Would never have eaten it before law. When I was a boy, my grandpa and I used to share Werther's Originals. Well, now I'm the grandpa, dressing any way I want and not giving a shit what other people think. I'm going to be 64 in May. Quiet time. Alone time. And having those occasional I can just relax and do nothing type days. Arts and craft hobbies. I blame my mother-in-law, but diamond art paintings are my current obsession. A silent house. I suffer from sensory overload, and I really appreciate silence the older I get. Buying household necessities. Exciting as fuck to get a new gadget like vacuum or blender. Baseball, jazz music, non-fiction books. Things that are slow-paced and leisurely. Not giving a fuck about how things turn out, as long as I tried and grew from it. Providing my kids the opportunity to do things I was never able to at their age. Silence, early morning when the world is still asleep is absolutely wonderful. Art painting, photographs. Understand what artists are trying to communicate. Well, it's not questions like this, or its inverse happening every other day. Being single. Dating nowadays seems like a hassle, and I prefer independence. When everyone shows up to the agreed-upon place at the appointed time. Solitary confinement, and sleeping in a big-ass king-size bed alone. My own time and space. I appreciated it much better when I got older. Wine. Silence. Read. Sleep. Oh my god, I'm starting to look like my father. Seinfeld. I didn't get it as a kid. Now that I'm older, it's hilarious. When I can sit in the dark with a good show or movie and just relax. When I can sit in the dark with a good show or movie and just relax. My home. I used to live in rat traps. Finally bought a cute condo. Vegetables a year ago, I hated them. Now I eat like 20 carrots a day. Paid bills early. Shut staying clean. Be able to nap for a little. Telling people what I think rather than what they want to hear. Naps. Not having to go anywhere unless I have to somewhere. Alone time. I'm 14 with an overbearing mother and 3 siblings. Watching other people, animals experience joy and happiness. Peace, like actual peace. No computer. No nose. Just peace. The Weather Channel. I don't understand it, but it happened. It took me 50 years to finally appreciate Steely Dan. My first coffee in the morning out from my favorite mug. Not having someone try to talk to me while on the toilet. Weekend nights in. Seeing nobody but my cuddle partner. Spankings, spicy food, and a nice bourbon on the rocks. Coffee. It's a nightmare and I'm scared and I feel old. Freedom. Having a life that I created. Just for me. Naps and staying home on weekends and just relaxing. The time that I can sit and do absolutely nothing. 35. Been going to bed at 8 p.m. and it feel luxurious. Quiet. Not having any plans and Brussels sprouts.